dunamis woman. Everybody tune in.
Share, share, share.
Well, here we are. Here we are right here at Rolling Out Live.
Yes.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy
We are still at the
2019.
top of the 2019, so Happy New Year is always warranted. And you have tuned in to D Speaks You Think right here at Rolling Out Live, where we have real talk about life and relationships. It's going to be the bomb because I got my girl sitting right here next to me. I don't like to call her a girl. She's a dunamis woman, you all. She's powerful. She's a friend. Okay, she's true. She's loyal. You know what I'm saying? She works with her hands. She ignites the vision. But you know what? She's a diamond in the rough. So, Michelle Obasi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thank you for
almost
Don't you tear up.
Oh my God.
Don't you
I
tear
gotta
up.
Get myself together.
Get together. It's all good. Thank you so much.
All good.
It's all good. It's all
you know,
wonderful.
You cool. I love you, being you, but I miss my men around me.
I know.
But we just set the tone for the new year.
I'm
We
coming
setting the tone for the
in.
new
You're going to
year.
have men galore. I'm going to set you up
you
good
gonna set me
style,
up in
baby.
2019?
You go big men, little men, rich men. You gonna
Skinny
have
men.
Skinny men, smart men. You're going to have it all on this show. I'm setting it up as we speak. Me and I'm calling them. They calling me back. You going to be straight. It's dunamis woman and real awesome men. If y'all didn't ever catch that.
Make sure they're young men.
And I didn't say broke, did I? Ain't no broke brothers coming on this show.
That's in the past.
Don't-
Behold, all things are new. Old things have passed away.
Old things
Behold,
have passed
all
away.
things are
And
new.
ain't ugly either. I'm doing headshot check, baby. How you look before you get on this show? I got to see you. No, I'm just kidding.
We're going to have a great time, you all. We got some great talk just amongst women today. But it does everything that we do. It relates to relationships.
Yes.
Relationships, whether it's with your children, relationships, whether it's with the great man in your life, relationships, it relates to your boss. Well, whomever, our life is filled with relationships,
Yes, it is.
Michelle.
It is. It's all about relationships. You're not living unless you have a relationship to hinge upon.
But that's how we were created.
Yes.
We were created to relate to one another. The thing is that we have not been taught how to based upon who we are. You know,
Exactly.
and so we just start getting to doing some things and start moving and dipping and sliding and doing all this other stuff. And then we end up in positions and have responsibilities.
Yes.
Then as women, we end up losing a lot of ourselves. This is why we're going to be unleashing the woman within. We'll talk about that more for you. But we really haven't been empowered and taught with specificity for who we are, how to have a relationship.
Exactly. And a lot of us don't even know who we are.
To
even begin to have a relationship with somebody else. How can you have a relationship with somebody else and you don't even have a relationship with yourself?
That's the
Many
truth.
of us are scared of ourselves. Many of us don't know ourselves. Many of us are hiding ourselves. But then we expect somebody to love us. We expect somebody to come and take care of us. We expect somebody to even speak to us and respect us and treat us right. And we don't do that with ourselves.
And we definitely haven't been empowered and taught how to have a relationship with our Creator. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
What is the purpose of me being here? Why am I on this earth? You know, what did He have in mind when He placed me here?
Yeah.
Who am I? What is in me? And that's that dunamis.
That's that dunamis.
That is called to come forth and to bring forth miraculous things because we get so engulfed and indoctrinated with so many views and responsibilities and doctrines and philosophies that's only created by man.
Yes.
You know, and then we lose ourselves in all that stuff. And now there's more that has to come out of us. And then, you know what? We don't even know what to do with it or how to get it out.
Right.
How to get it out. 2019 is here, Michelle. Before we get into our topic today, do you love? This is going to be hilarious, you all. I need you all to really stay tuned and prepare yourself because she's crazy. She's crazy. But do you love with your head or with your heart? You know, heart matters can be very, very sensitive. We're going to get into that. But for right now, Michelle, what is on your expectations and what you're on a quest for to unleash within you in 2019 as a woman.
I was talking earlier on Facebook, and I really want to know just what you said. Who am I really? Who am I really?
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? And I've been crying out for boldness for years. And I know inside of me is some boldness. Inside of me is a bold woman who is waiting to come out. And in that boldness is my destiny, it's my legacy, it's the lifeline of for my children and my children's children. And that's what I'm expecting. I really want to tap into that boldness. I have been skirting around and have been timid because of what people have thought about me or what they would think about me. Because I'm a mother, because I'm a former teacher, because I have this, because these people know me, I'm in a sorority, and da-da-da-da-da-da. All of these things.
You just made my head hurt.
I know. How the hell you think I feel? I don't.
I mean,
shucks.
I'm like, oh Jesus! Every time I think about
You
saying
know what I'm
something,
saying?
I mean, you just went all there.
But that's how people are living.
Yeah,
that's our reality.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. And from I'm just hearing you, and from a coaching perspective, it's like, where do it begin for you to be able to tap into that boldness? Where does it begin? And the first place that many of us have to begin to extricate out of our mind is what people think.
Yes.
It seems simple, but it's such a deadly device to rob you of who you are, and you have to be radical.
Yeah.
When I say radical, I mean radical.
Yes.
You know, I was telling someone yesterday, they were saying that they had to explain this to this person or whatever about a decision that they made. I said, you ain't got to explain a damn thing.
And that's
you know
the truth.
saying? Because we have all these no-aimers in our mind. When I make a decision, and my decision is not based upon what you think. You know what I'm saying? And if my mind go there and you try to bring me that, my radical self is going to end up telling you something that you might not be feeling good about, which is stay out of my business.
Yes. And
when you're living your life like it's golden, you live in the best life that you choose to live, you have to go through your process to discover things for yourself.
Yes. And that's where I want to be. I have extricated a lot. Well, God has extricated a lot, and I have been obedient to extricate a lot of people out of my life. But there's still the residue of what may come back upon me.
Let me give you a quick coaching session, okay? I'm gonna send you my invoice a little later on.
Please do.
But
I'm gonna look at it like I look at all of them. Comcast, Capital One. Go on, send it to me. I got you, boo. I'm gonna not pick up just like I do for them. Oh, okay, 630.
Like everything else.
Baby, bye.
You said God has extricated. That's not true. Okay. We're looking for him to do something. That's that dunamis, when he gave you the power to do something.
Exactly.
So now you have taken your power away because you extricate things out of your way. He's given you that ability.
Yeah.
He's given you that strength. He's given you that power. Why are you giving it back to him? Why are you putting the onus back on him? And that's what we do. Hold fast. See, that's a cop-out.
It's
a way of escape.
And I've been
it's the way you want to feel safe. Well, God extricated. Nah, nigga, I don't want you around.
Right. And it is a cop out.
It is a cop-out.
Man, I cop out on God all the time.
Leave him alone.
God be like, God did this. God did that. No, he wrote X.
He created you.
He gave
you a mind. He gave you a powerful mind to make decisions.
That's what that boldness.
But you're afraid to stand in the truth of your decision.
You know what? And I'm afraid. I hate the word afraid and fear because we just But that boldness. That's when I talk about with boldness. I want to be able to tell somebody, kiss my ass. And be done with it.
But you don't have to tell them that. That's the whole point.
Right.
You're going from one extremes to the next. That's too much energy.
That's why I need to be
too
unleashed.
much negative energy that's taking away your power, taking away your strength, taking away who you are. See, this is what the unleashing the woman within is about, because you don't have to give that to anybody. Just walk in your truth, walk in your authenticity, walk in your autonomy, walk in your freedom, walk in your liberty, walk in your own self-discovery, and allow life to be life, and you embrace the lessons that's for you.
Easier said than done.
It's a process.
But
it's also decision after decision after decision after decision after decision after decision. Many people are afraid to make decisions because they don't want to take ownership of their decisions.
That's the truth. Now, that honestly is what holds a lot of us back.
Yeah.
We do not want to take ownership of the decision that we made. We're always looking to blame somebody else because the pain of consequences can be vicious.
You know, I have this morning when I woke up, and I'm going live this evening on Takeover Tuesdays with Black and Married with Kids, such a powerful audience. and I'm going on there, but the first thing that my question was and shall be tonight at 7:30 or 7 o'clock p.m., you all tune in Black and Married with Kids, is do you rather have the pain of change or the pain of staying the same?
Do you know how many people choose the pain of staying
They
the same?
choose the pain of staying the same because they don't want to endure the pain of change, which is going to get them to a whole nother place in their life and their healing, because you cannot have change without pain.
Right.
But the pain of staying the same is so deadly. I'm numb to that. I'm used to this. I know how to manage this. You see what I'm saying? I know how to manage toxic relationships. I know how to manage codependency. I know how to manage drama. I know how to manage Negroes. I know how to manage robbing Peter to pay Paul. Many people are afraid of success.
Yes.
Because they don't know what that's going to bring their way. They want it, but do you know success brings more problems?
It does.
More
It does.
money brings more problems.
The more you have, the more that's required of you
Most
to make a
definitely.
decision.
Most definitely. So you can't be afraid or timid. You just have to go in it. Just go in it. Go in it. Whatever that pain is, at least I know I'm on the pain of change.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And it's so indicative of our topic, and I don't want to get into it too much. When you say do you love with your heart or your head? And because I don't like that type of pain, especially in relationships, I stay in my head.
Okay. I can't
stay in my
comprehend that,
head.
but you stay in your head because that's a safe place. What is staying in your head like? What is that? What does that consist of? I can tell you, but I want you to. What does that consist of?
Staying in my head is really not being able to allow myself to be vulnerable.
That's it right there.
That's
it right
that's
there.
the bottom
Bingo.
line.
Bingo.
You know,
Bingo.
it ain't no
Bingo.
other explanation.
Bingo.
I don't like being vulnerable. I don't even like shedding tear. I don't even like washing my face because I feel like it's for crying. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being vulnerable.
You cannot have any type of change without digging, and the heart, is really, really an issue. You know, out of the heart flows the issues of life. Out of that place that you have that tenderness, that deep root. And so many people don't go deep. They just stay right here. So now you get to reasoning, you get to analyze, you get to think. Before you know it, you're operating in sabotage. You're self-sabotaging your future. You're self-sabotaging your destiny because you got to rationalize. You got to reason. Go with the flow. What do you feel at that moment? Is it right or is it wrong? Who cares? It's this moment.
Right.
That's freedom.
Right. And that's a freedom that
Oh my God.
it can be uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable,
very
I
uncomfortable,
know
but
that's where our destiny lies, and that's where the richness of who we are lies.
Well, I'm speaking from experience. Okay, it's definitely initially uncomfortable, but then the uncomfortability becomes a norm. Does that make sense?
It does.
Then you begin to embrace it, because then when I do get comfortable, I'll be like, okay, something wrong.
Right.
When I get comfortable, I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? You know what I mean? But it's not a discomfort. It's just an uncomfortability because it's growing me. I'm being stretched. I'm developing on the inside. Many of us are developed physically, but we're not developed mentally and emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah, you're
we're
right.
just big on the outside. We're just trying to fit in some new clothes, some new shoes, but we haven't allowed ourselves to be uncomfortable.
Right.
And you have to be. What are you letting go? What do you have to lose? You ain't got nothing. If you really think about
That's
it,
true.
You really think about it, you don't have nothing.
Not a thing. I was talking earlier.
Not even your breath, because that could be taken away from you like this.
Your degrees, your car, your house. We're bigger than all of this. We have nothing of our own. Not even this body and this vessel, because that goes down to the ground too when it's all said and done.
With that mindset, then you have the freedom and the liberty to be able to be. Just be. Be the woman. We all try to do so much.
Yeah.
Doing. We were created as living beings.
Yeah, that's true.
Not living doings. We just doing, ripping, running. Ariel and I was talking. We wasn't live a few days ago. She was talking about all the noise. It's just so much noise. Now we have all this stuff in our world, society, social media. Before you know it, you got an Instagram. Then I remember there was what's that old one before all this?
MySpace.
MySpace.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
And I was like, what is MySpace?
What's MySpace? You know,
Right.
now we got so much and so many avenues. Add to your story, IGTV, and add to this and subtract that and do this, do that. It's before you even get one thing, it's another, and it's all noise.
Nothing's penetrating. Nothing's going deep.
Noise. Everybody,
Nothing
everybody
is
trying to
allowing
have
you
a
to,
word. Everybody trying to be an
voice.
expert. Everybody trying to have a platform. But are you investing in something? Where's the sacrifice? Where's the risk in it? You understand what I'm saying? What are you stepping out and making yourself uncomfortable to do?
Right. What is it that's on the inside of you that is gnawing at you that you have not attended to, but you know is there? And that's what unleashing is all about.
It's stretching you in places that is going to require you to have a greater level of faith. Not just from an external standpoint. My faith is not just from, I believe in God. I do, but my faith is also, D, do you believe in you? Do you believe in your dream? Do you believe in your vision? If ain't nobody going to invest in you and you ain't invested in yourself.
Yeah.
And now I'm not talking about no 2 or 3 weeks. This journey has been decades right now. You see what I'm saying? But I know that what's for me, I can't stop believing in me. I can't stop believing in what I have. I can't stop believing in what has been given to me. And it makes people uncomfortable because I am not in a position to do what you want me to do and when you want me to do it and how you want me to do it for your life.
And that's freedom. People think that that's bondage. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't be here. You can't be there. But the freedom in being who you are and the freedom of your vision and the freedom of your purpose and the freedom because you know who you are and you're steadily unleashing every day. You're not afraid.
It's a lifestyle.
You're not afraid to tap in.
I remember it clearly, 1996. I remember the room that I was in, that I was in so much emotional turmoil and pain that was the first time I made a decision. I can't live like this. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it, but I just made a decision. And from then on, that journey, I mean, it has been crazy, but it has come to a place of liberty and freedom. Now, did a lot of people get angry with me? Yes. Do people not understand? They talk about me? For sure. Oh my God, did I get cursed out like a dog? It was a whole lot of mess, but it was the mess that was around me that was concealed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It was the mess that was around me that it was being covered up because what I was doing was making everybody else happy, making a decision to make yourself into a place of where you're supposed to be. It's a risk, but what is it going to cost you? It doesn't come for free.
No.
It doesn't come for free. You all, we're going to get really into the topic. This is just a little small talk between Michelle and I. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm going to send her an invoice because she's always pulling on me from a coaching perspective. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to be right back. We're going to take a break. Tell someone to tune in right here with Dunamis D. I'm here with Michelle Obasi at Rolling Out Live because when D speaks, guess what you think? All right? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Awesome show that's just for you right here on Rolling Out Live. Yes, that's it, Rolling Out Live, every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You were going to get insight because when D speaks, you think. We're going to have real talk about life and relationships because we got real problems, we got some real issues, but guess what? When D speaks, you think you're going to come up with the real solution about your life and relationships. So I want you to join me. Don't forget, every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rolling Out Live, and I have a special segment just for you. It's called Dear D. That means you can ask your questions. You can get insight about your life with specificity. So I want you to join me because it's going to be live. And follow me on Facebook at Dunamis D. And you can also hit me up or follow me on Instagram at D Speaks You Think. See you soon.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood, and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of Gap Pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
Back to D Speaks You Think right here, rolling out live, you all. And this is Duda Miss D, and I'm here with you with Michelle Obasi.
Hey, everybody.
And we got a great topic that we're going to
Instagram.
dig into. We had some preliminary conversation, but it was necessary. I think
Yes.
that was necessary.
Yes.
What do you think?
It was necessary.
It was necessary. You know, riding home yesterday from the office, you know, you are silly as I don't know what, and
I try
people
not
have
to be.
no idea. Oh my God, they have no idea how crazy she is. But we got into some topics, and we're going to just keep it real, okay? And so the conversation was about me and my heart.
Yeah. OMG. Her heart is so pure and big. It gets on my nerves. I'm serious because I'm a head person. But go ahead. We're having a conversation.
I can't remember what it was now, but it was you was just saying that about it takes a very, very unique, heartfelt man to really me to be with and for me to be with them.
Yes.
Because I'm really a heartfelt person.
You have to have a person who has a beautiful, genuine heart. Because she truly has a genuine and beautiful heart, and it's very big, it's very forgiving, and it's very loving. It's a type of agape love.
Yeah,
you have all of the love. You have brotherly love, you have sisterly love, you have it all. Phileo, that's what it's called. And so, really, I'm very protective of her in the sense that can't know just anybody come. This man has to have a heart, like a really nice heart.
Why the ghetto face?
Because I'm like, because your heart is, you know how you got a child that's so loving. I'm not calling you a child, but you know you got this like this angel. I'm like, but you just toughen yourself up. But you're tough.
I am.
She ain't no punk. Don't get it twisted.
No, don't get it
She'll
twisted.
cut you from here to here. But it's your heart. It's something that I never understood, and I always misunderstood you. And I think that's why men and women misunderstand you, because they do not know how your heart operates. And so you really have to have a man to love you with a heart just like you. Honestly. And she had asked me a question.
Great man, where art thou?
Great man,
Great
where
man, where art thou?
And and Dee reflects. She was like, I talk about this type of man, and I have God, I want this type of man. And I be looking at her like, I just want them to be breathing. I just want him to have breath. I don't have these stipulations, but that's because I'm in my head and not in my heart.
You are in your head.
Now, if I was to get in my heart, then I start crying, and then I start getting emotional, and I'm like, I can't do all of that.
But see, but it's not even about the type, because I don't have no criteria.
No.
I don't have a criteria, but it's the mind.
Yeah.
I hear greatness. You know what I'm saying? But greatness is in the mind of a man, but it also, his mind will line up with his heart.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so it's not even about him, but it's more so about me. And you was also making digs of what kind of, you called them the 7 dwarfs.
7 dwarfs, baby. She done been through the 7 dwarfs. I think we all have women. Linda, I need you to come on with it. But I told Dee to get to the man that she has, the prince and the king. She has been through 7 dwarfs. Stupidity, dumpy, lazy, greedy, homely,
brokey.
Brokey was the big one. You know what I'm saying? Meanie,
Liary.
Oh
my God.
I named about 8 dwarfs that she has had to come through. And I'm not, and don't think, this is just, she out there. But no.
I don't care.
Some of these,
I don't care. That's why,
especially evilly.
That's why I'm by myself.
You have been with some evilly
been
dwarfs.
But you know what? You cannot have good without evil.
No, you can't.
And I know
I
know it sounds crazy, you all, but I really want you to get the spiritual principle of what I'm talking about. For you to be a powerful woman that you are, and for that woman to be unleashed, you have to experience great levels of evil.
Yeah.
In order to appreciate the purity of the heart and the greatness that's within in the individual.
Yes.
Now, it's not about what a person's going to get. It's about what you have already given.
Say that one more time and explain it. you.
If I
We
explain
all,
it
baby,
for
you
your
all in the
benefit.
heavenlies. No, some other person don't know. Lula don't know.
Lula don't know.
Lula don't know what you're talking about.
It's not about what, people can do something to you because they are evil.
Right. Okay.
And then it's like, well, they're going to get this and they're going to get that. You know what I'm saying? And I read karma and all this other stuff. And now you're giving your energy into the evil.
Correct.
Because now you're thinking about what they're going to get and how they deserve this and how they deserve that. Fail to realize that which was evil came to make you stronger.
Build you up.
It came to build you up. So even when I became more purified in my heart, it did not make me evil. So now I'm going to reap what I have given. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Does that make sense to you all? It's inevitable. Those are principles, and those are things that you cannot do anything about. That's why you can't let anyone distract you when they're loving from their head and refuse to give you the heart of the matter.
Now that's huge.
You
And
see what I'm
that's
saying?
honestly, that's something that I have to work on, honestly, because I've met a person who has a big heart. And if I'm loving from my head, then I'm hurting that person with that heart. And that's why I really need to tap into my heart, my vulnerability, because I know this is not the life that I want to live.
But see, you're flip-flop because you could easily be a woman and play the man.
Most definitely have done that.
And I coach countless of women that they look so beautiful on the outside, but by the time I bring things up and based upon what they're dealing with, they are playing the man, and the man is playing the woman.
Yes.
Because the man have a heart, but that heart is being taken for granted by the dominance and what they want and this one.
Yes.
So what we end up doing is having to reshape the mindset of how the tenderness can come up in her to help him understand who he is through her. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I'm saying that for a lot of women who are ready to be unleashed, who are ready to be healed, who are ready to say, I want that heart to be ignited. I want that heart to give. See, because there's treasures in my heart.
Yes.
There's hidden treasures with that. That's where it's stored up at. I refuse to let evil make me bitter. I refuse to let evil make my heart close off. Now, I may have some fears and reservations about getting into a relationship because you don't know the heart. But then that's how you have to now begin to assess yourself and know how to try the spirit by the spirit. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do anything about anybody else. You can never, ever, ever govern nobody else. The only thing you got to do is govern your heart, and you got to be able to know how to distribute that.
Yes.
I
Most
know
definitely.
that there's loyalty within my heart. Those are treasures. The treasures, the gems that's in your heart. Loyalty. We all have them.
Yes, we do.
Faithfulness, love, discipline, kindness, gentleness, meekness, temperance. We all have those things in our heart. But when evil have come, it makes all those things be subdued, and you don't want to give that.
No. And that's where a lot of us are as women, and that's why the unleashing is so important, is because we have been hurt.
Almost
When
definitely.
you say, have you love from your heart or from your head, most people who love, I can't speak for people who love from their heart because that's not me. But for us who love through our head and with our head, it's because of that pain. It's because of that hurt. It's because of that rejection. It's because of that not wanting to feel that again. Or, honestly, I'm going to tell y'all a story. Oh, baby. Let me tell y'all a little secret.
Oh, here we go.
I,
Here we go.
had some challenges as a youth, and it was time for me as a teenager. I was like, man, it's time for me to lose my virginity. And so I looked at all my friends, and I was like, man, they kind of stupid for these dudes out here. I can't be like that. I ain't letting no bruh take me out like that. So it was time for me to lose my virginity. This is my mind. I was 19 years old. I met a guy on the train. Didn't know him from Adam. And I was like, I can't lose my virginity to a guy that I know because he's going to take my head and he's going to have my head and my heart. I met a guy on the train. I don't even remember the dude's last name. Probably didn't even know his last name.
Did you know his
he was
first name?
fine. Yeah, I knew his first name. I'm not going to say it because he's still out there. And he had shades on. He was cool. We used to ride the train together every day. We met up. I was like, dude, I just want to lose my virginity.
I know he didn't.
He had no objection.
He had no objection.
We went to the Zanzibar. Anybody know the Zanzibar in Chicago? I had drank a fifth of vodka. I was toe up. I took the train from UIC. I was a college student. Met him up in an old neighborhood. Went to the Zanzibar. Drunk. I don't even remember what happened. Got up, put my clothes back on, got on the train, went home, lost my virginity.
You don't even know what happened.
Don't even know what happened. All because I did not want to be vulnerable. That was at 19. I'm 47 years old.
Do you know that same thing could still be perplexing you today?
Do you know?
Do you know? I'm so serious.
Speak about it, because
and it's funny.
I'm not the only one. I just want to tell y'all this story.
You're just bold enough to tell it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's unleashing.
That's unleashing.
That's unleashing. What you conceal, you cannot heal.
And I need healing from that. Because I'm like,
but it's not the. See,
right. It's not the act.
It's not the act.
No, it wasn't the act.
It's not the act. It's the mindset.
Yes.
It's the mind. It's the fear. It's the fear. It's the mindset.
Yes.
And it continues to evolve on the inside of us. And so you could give your body away, but never have your heart.
Never.
You could give so many people have sex, but their heart is not involved.
No, not at all.
Their heart is not involved.
Not at all.
They're going to be dominant in getting a nut.
Yep.
I promise you. They're going in.
Or I don't even want a nut because I don't want to feel.
But no.
I'm serious.
But the dominance can have you that's when you begin to play the man.
Yeah.
That's when and I'm talking from a woman's perspective. You see what I'm saying? And then that's what can make a man, end up coming into a place where he is so tender that she's playing dominant and he just getting in and he don't even know what's happening to him.
Exactly.
And before you know it, he walking on eggshells, tiptoeing around trying to give her everything to keep her so he can just keep getting some pussy.
Right. Right.
Because the dominance is like, I'm taking your mind to where I want it to go.
Now, one thing about me is I am not a ruthless woman.
No, you're not.
So running on eggshells, if anything, guys get over on me because I do tap into a little piece of my heart. When I'm with you, I'm loyal. Remember you talked about that.
Yeah, you are
very
loyal.
Piece.
You're very loyal.
So the loyalty is what keeps my heart kind of open. Now, if I wasn't loyal and if I was ruthless, I would be no good.
You have the commodity of being a true friend.
Exactly.
You are a true friend.
Right.
But just because you are that don't mean your heart is always open. You still operate in your head. You analyze things. People in their head, they got to, okay, what's in it for me? See, you may give out of your loyalty. I'm going to tell you the truth now.
Don't speak the truth, shame the devil.
But you still looking at what am I investing in? What am I getting out of it? See, that's your head.
Right.
Your heart is saying, here you go. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You might not ask for nothing back, but you're still looking at the bottom line of what it can benefit you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the truth. And
you're not talking about that, but you're seeing that's that head. I'm analyzing. I'm thinking about it. What can I benefit from? How can this work back for me? And so that's blocking the heart of it. Vulnerability is very, 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 very scary and very hard.
Yeah.
Particularly when you have been broken and bruised and wounded within your heart, and you think you are being vulnerable, but you're not. I can tell you the firsthand from a heartfelt perspective. It's scary as hell.
Yeah, and that's where I want to be.
It's a process, and I'm not all the way there. I don't think any of us all the way there. We're all the way work in progress. You're not going to really get there until someone comes to take you there.
And it's typically the opposite sex. It's typically
shit. Can't no woman do nothing for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The man.
No.
The man. And when you said from 19 up until now, I have operated as that 19-year-old. Honestly,
almost
nobody's ever going to get the best of me. This is woo woo woo.
But you got it coming, honey.
Oh, and
I'm going to sit back and laugh.
Oh my gosh! And I realized that when I got about 39, I'm like, the decision I made at 19, not to give my heart.
19.
I said it's going to come back on me triple fold. OMG! And I'm like,
the decision you can make at 12, the decision you
yes,
can make at 10.
Yes.
And a lot of times we have so much that's causing us to be arrested deep down on the inside, but yet we say we want all these outcomes. I mean, I'm sure for 2019, the list that you had for 2018 didn't come to pass.
Exactly.
Now you got this fresh list for 2019.
Right.
Hell, the list that you had in 2017, it didn't even happen, but you got a new list in 2019. So you're just going from one thing to the next, and you got to see what's taking place within me. What's taking place? I have to go through the pain of change, because the pain of staying the same sometimes also don't even think I'm in pain.
Right.
It's
a mask.
It's a mask.
And that's where that elation comes in. If you've gone from year to year to year to year and you've not made any progress with yourself, the woman or the man, that's where your unleashing has to happen. If you want to be wherever you put your little goals to, there's a certain part of the unleashing that you have to have. You got to focus on you, the woman. That's what I've learned in coaching. That's what I've learned through the spiritual leadership that you've had and the community that you've built. we can't do this in our own selves.
No,
we gotta tap into the woman.
The
and
woman
we need,
within. The woman within.
Need
And
KNAD. How you spell it? KNAEAD.
KNEAD.
Yeah. The need, you got to massage it. You know,
and it's very parallel to the child within. You know, we go back to being free. We going back to. I mean, I have to. Oh, Jesus, I'm so unleashed. I got to watch myself.
Right. She all over the place. Just
woo!
Free as a jaybird.
Right. I got to watch what I say. I got to watch to whom I say it to, because it's just a freedom and a liberty, but it's also the child within. A lot of people don't know how to have fun.
Yeah. We so
Oh my God. I just, you walk in the room, the energy is like thick as I don't know what, you know, it's just everybody's so serious. Have fun, loosen up, lighten up, because that's the child within. The child within, if you think about it, that little 2-year-old toddler, he could really believe that he could jump off the roof and nothing happened to him.
Correct.
It's we inflict our fears on him.
Get
Don't
out.
do that. Don't do this or whatever. But in his mind, he is so free. He could just go play. He could go in the sand. He could go do whatever. They have an imagination. They just dress their dolls. They put whatever on them. They don't think about what people think about them. And here we put on an earring with a dress, and we're like, oh, does this look
Does
okay?
that go together? Does that match? Yeah. Our creativity is lost. Our freedom is lost. Imagination is lost. All of that is lost. And that's when you unleash. That's what you're tapping back into. You're tapping back into all of that which was taken because of your fears, other people's fears, your experiences, other people's experiences around you. You know what I'm saying? You're just washing all of that away.
Right.
You know, it's like, get rid of it and go back to, like you said, that inner person.
And we allow our roles and our titles to suffocate.
Yeah. Big time.
The woman or the man, where we have to live in a bondage to protect a reputation that we don't even have in the first place.
No, we don't.
I refuse. I was telling a gentleman actually this the other day. You know, I was like, I refuse to even think about getting married or being with someone because I have a reputation to protect as a pastor. I refuse to.
Yeah.
I refuse to.
Yeah.
I refuse to. I wouldn't give a crap. I almost went there. I refuse to.
Right.
I don't have to have that because realistically, if it's not the man, if it's not what is required for my life, you know, I have gotten a proposal, turn it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've turned it down because it's not the man for me. It's not what the specific. I know specifically of who I am. When you know who you are, then you ain't got to say, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want this. I just know there is not the correlation or the connection.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Make money, sound good, look good, but it's not for me. It may be lawful, but it's not edifying. Because at the end of the day, when that door closed, I got to be free.
Right.
Anything
you got to
that's
be with you. At the end of the day, you have to be with you.
I got to be free. I got to be free. Somebody told me, they said, I don't know what you're going to look like the next day. You're absolutely right. And I don't give a flying fart of what somebody thinks. You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
You have to be free how to move in your own self and your own creativity without being bound by anything, particularly a relationship, because you just want a wedding ring or you want to feel secure financially.
Yeah.
Now that's real talk,
Now
okay? That's real talk. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. D Speaks You Think right here, Rolling Out Live. We'll stay tuned.
This is Davetta D. Collins, your spiritual leader and life and relationship coach. And I'm so excited because I have an awesome show that's just for you right here on Rolling Out Live. Yes, that's it, Rolling Out Live. Every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You were going to get insight because when D speaks, you think. We're going to have real talk about life and relationships because we got real problems. We got some real issues. But guess what? When D speaks, you think, you're going to come up with the real solution about your life and relationships. So I want you to join me. Don't forget, every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rolling Out Live, and I have a special segment just for you. It's called Dear D. That means you can ask your questions. You can get insight about your life with specificity. So I want you to join me because it's going to be live. And follow me on Facebook at Dunamis D. And you can also hit me up or follow me on Instagram at D Speaks You Think. See you soon.
What's up, guys? This is Lipstick and Cognac. Starting on Tuesday, you guys will be on rollingout.com and on our Facebook page, giving you all the tea you need for relationships. Here to help you out, man. Make sure y'all tune in from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Want to watch your favorite talk show, Lipstick and Cognac. Here with that dynamic duo. You don't want to miss Lipstick, Shadio Comics, and just Cognac Till Like It Is personality, man. It's going to be a great time. Make sure y'all tune in. Tune in on rollingout.com. There's ROLLINGOUT.com. And also on Facebook, Rolling Out Facebook, man. It's going to be a great time. Y'all don't want to miss this. Great laugh, great talks, realness, truth. Man, we ain't really some expert. We know what we talking about. So make sure y'all tune in. Rollingout.com, man. Lipstick and Cognac.
Rolling Out Live, got a whole nother segment for you right here, because when D speaks, you think about life and relationships. You are real talk. We want you all to be whole.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna speak very, very real, because my two words for this year that I'm living by is consistency and transparency. But right now, from a transparency standpoint, I really want people, men and women, to be whole, whole within the depths of their soul. Be real with yourself. Be real with your life. Be real with talk. Don't get caught up into the drama and the media and all the stuff that's going on, that you lose your life. What about you? Where are you going? What about your legacy? What about your children and your children's children? You know, Michelle, if I was talking to a young lady last night, and I was giving her some coaching, parenting tips. That's what I'll call them. And so I was telling her what won't happen and what will not happen if you don't do X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. Okay.
And those are based upon principles. However, in that, I was also telling her, I said, baby, I'm telling you, I don't know how I got here, but I know that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You will look up one day, and before you know it, your kids will be grown, and you don't even know how they got to that. I look at Ariel and I look at Allison, and I just stand back in awe, and I'm like, where did the time go?
Yeah.
What happened? Because when you're in it, you're in it, and you can't see what's going to take place in the future. But I thank God that I was in it. In other words, I just wasn't, here, let me give you some clothes. Here, let me buy you some shoes. Here, let me take you out to dinner. That wasn't named amongst me. You know what I'm saying? But I was telling her, you know, how you just sit back and show them this, show her that, show him this. You see what I'm saying? Where if you don't do it, the world gonna do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, out there's gonna do it. Govern your home, govern your children, not from the fact of sit down or I'm going to whoop you. I ain't just talking about that.
Right.
Learn how to govern their minds, to train it, train their minds, because what you don't unleash within them, somebody else is going to
do it. Yes. And you can't save them.
Yeah.
You can't save them by sheltering them. You can't save them by not giving them knowledge and information, because I promise you, for as much as you withhold, somebody got something for them.
And what you cannot do is just say, oh, okay, you graduated from high school, you grown, now get out.
No.
Who told you that?
No.
Who told you that?
You know.
Let me tell you something. They need you more after 18.
Yes.
A lot of the energy that I put in from birth to 18, if I had just preserved a lot of that. You understand what I'm saying?
For 18 on.
Because now this is when they really need the wisdom. This is when they really need the guidance. But I had to lay a foundation. And what we all have to do in any relationship is lay a foundation. It's the truth. What you sow is what you're going to reap. Okay? Many people trying to reap good and you ain't sown nothing.
Correct.
Many trying to reap and get an outcome and you ain't sown nothing. But if you sown something, sowing nothing is still sowing something.
Exactly.
How did that make sense to you?
No, I mean, sowing, whatever you
How
don't
did that
do,
make sense to you? All I want to know. But how did that make sense to you?
I'm like, who you talking
I'm
to?
talking to
Oh,
everybody.
okay.
I'm talking to everybody.
I'm like,
Turn
come
it
on.
up.
You confusing me.
Even when you don't sow nothing, you're
You
still sowing
sowing
something.
because it's so key. And I can just use, I'm an experienced type person. I did not know certain things from my mother.
Correct.
Okay. Because I did not know these things, it does not mean that it was not going to come upon me. Okay. She did not sow that knowledge into me, but it's still, her not sowing, it still reaped something in my life.
Correct.
And I can say that I've done that with my daughter initially, and I've had to change that up.
Big time.
I've had to change
Big
that up.
time.
You know, I'm like, oh, heck no.
And one thing I really like about you, seriously, I ain't gonna say love because you can love anybody but don't like them. But one thing I really like about you is that you follow the instructions from a coaching perspective that was given, and you don't contemplate about it. And particularly to be an intelligent woman, to be a woman who's very astute, to be a woman who knows how to handle life matters, but you come to a place now that is where you're vulnerable, and I think I think the only place that you're vulnerable is with your
my
child.
daughter. That's it. A dude missed me on that one. My daughter, yeah, I'm getting there.
You know,
love is not lost.
You know, but we're too reactive. We do things reactively. So you're really striving and seeing. I guess I don't know why you come to me with so much, but I don't mind giving it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm able to be obedient, and I'm able to hear and then go in and do what is said because of who you are. It's your experience. It's I've seen you walk this walk. I've seen you talk this talk. I've seen you minister to other people, and I've seen the outcomes for their life. So there's no way. Many people have told me many things, and I have ignored them. But when you see somebody and you see the fruits of their labor through your own children, how could I not take your coaching and your guidance when I see how your daughters have turned out? You know what I'm saying? For the better. How can I not? No, but that's real though. How can I not when I've seen hundreds of other women lives change, relationships change, their children change based on what you've said? So how would I not? I would be stupid. And that's one thing I'm not. I might be a whole bunch of stuff, but stupid is not one of them. You know what I'm saying? I learn. I don't like whoopings. I don't like pain. I told you I don't like consequences. If something is for me and I'm supposed to do it, I promise you I'm obedient because it's a must.
Right.
Especially when it comes to my child.
Yeah, that's the thing.
My child. Now, what I have to get obedient in is when it comes to the man in my life. Because I'm going to tell you, being a person who loves from the head, I honestly think I've missed some opportunities in life with men. And that right there eats at me. I believe, and I'm going to be real. Am I being vulnerable right now? I think I am. I really believe.
You scared the hell out of yourself,
I scared my damn
She's
self.
scared
I was like, oh my God, I'm tapping in. But
you got over here cracking up.
But I'm serious. You know, I really have missed some opportunities in relationships being all in my head.
But you know what? Let's go back to the head to the heart. The first thing is that people are moving into a relationship too soon. I don't tell women this. I tell primarily men this. They give too much too soon. We all do.
Yeah, we do.
We all do.
But they do.
We all do.
That's how they wire.
But they do. They give too much too soon. They have not, because they're visual.
Yeah.
And they want to get something. You know what I'm saying? They have a goal. They have an aim. And I could be wrong, but this is just from my experience. You know what I'm saying? But giving too much too soon, speaking it from a woman's perspective, is that they haven't been able to see what they're tapping into, and they get the real deal after the fact. They get the real deal after they've been caught with the baby. They get the real deal after they done said I do. They get the real deal after they've been lost a lot of stuff. They get the real deal of it. You know what I'm saying? Because the heart matter is a place where that vulnerability is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we are so closed off that we thinking we're vulnerable as long as we're getting what we want. You see what I'm saying? A woman can be kind as long as she's getting what she wants.
Yeah, that's it right
Now,
there.
I could talk from a woman's perspective.
Yes.
The key is how do I handle adversities? That's where the real test comes. Where is my heart in the time of adversities? Where is my heart when you don't have nothing? Where is my heart when you can't give me that $100 and $150 and you just say, here, baby, here's $5? Are you grateful for the $5?
You give me $5, I'm expecting 150. We gonna have a problem.
You
My
see
heart finna talk.
because it's not the amount.
kidding.
It's the heart behind it.
It is.
It's the thought behind it.
It is. One of the most beautiful things that happened to me was a friend of mine. We're both in lack, and it's a male friend. And I had a situation happen with my car, and I didn't really have it, but I gave it. But this brother came and gave me his last. That was the most beautiful thing. Now, I've been married. I done had all type of relationships, reads, all type of stuff. But I knew he gave out of his lack. That broke my heart down.
Right.
That's when we say it got to take somebody else to break the heart down.
And it's not even about being financial giving. You know, can I stand with you when you don't even have your own shit together? Yeah. No, that's real talk. You expecting something from somebody else and your stuff ain't real.
Correct.
But you want them to come and overcompensate for what you don't have. Can you give me an understanding? Now, we got some men out here who got some great hearts.
Yes,
okay?
we do.
We got some women out here who got some great hearts. That's real talk. But the reality of it is I think too much nowadays is contingent upon money. Money is speaking to the heart and doesn't mean it's the heart. Okay? If you come and give me $1 million, you could have 2 teeth and 1 leg. I will like you.
And you hear crickets.
Because all I'm looking at is the $1 million if my heart is not right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so realistically, why couldn't I have you and see, you know what, I can still get you a leg. I can still take you to the dentist. Can I still see the potential? And can I still see the greatness in you? Can I still see that? I can still get that for you and we could get that together.
That's work.
No, I don't see it as work.
I'm just telling you what the world say. That's work. That's a lot of work.
I see it as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. How would I want somebody to treat me if I did not have some things together which I appear to have? Okay. You know, financially, I am nowhere near flowing like I used to be, and I damn sure ain't flowing like I'm going to be.
Correct.
But if somebody can't love me where I am today, you see what I'm saying? And come in and step in with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
2 nickels is a dime.
Yes.
2 quarters is 50 cents. $2 is
$2.
Is $2. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It don't take a mathematician. It takes a heart.
But anybody can want you when they think you got something. But can you want me when I don't have anything? I like my journey. I like my process. I love my freedom because it has caused me to find out more of who the hell I am and not just what the hell I have.
Exactly.
People loved me because I can loan them my second car.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth.
Come on now.
People loved me because call Devetta, she can give you some money. People loved me because when they were down, I was the point. They didn't call Jesus, they called me.
Yeah, you were their God.
You see what I'm saying? When all those things dissipated, the phone didn't ring.
Yeah. That's real talk.
Hell, they don't even speak to you now.
Right.
But the freedom says, frankly, my dear, I ain't mad. I'm just moving forward. But if you have a need, I would not turn down from you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
Do unto others as you would have them do. Many people call me and want me to coach them for free. I give them what I can, but I can't give them all my time.
Exactly. And that's real.
Because those are the very ones who, let me tell you, this is a principle that I'm about to tell all y'all, and y'all could take it to the bank if you really can get some money for it. You know, they ain't gonna give you none, but it's gonna give you something in life. The best place that you can find your wealth and your riches is through the people who ain't giving a damn about you.
I need an example. There's
people who will call me and ask for spiritual coaching and guidance, and they got the money.
Okay.
And I'll give it to them intentionally. Because they got it, but they refuse to bless me for my gift. See, that they're what they fail to realize is that they're setting me up for greater success.
That's it.
Because I do it with a heart. That's that heart you're talking about.
Right.
That's that heart. You see what I'm saying? There's people who don't have it that goes into the sacrifices and what they don't have, and they give. I give them even the more because why? They're giving out of their sacrifice.
Yes.
Why? Because they're inevitable to be successful. You see how the principle works? All people don't love you for who you are. They love you for the gift you have.
Right. What you can do.
What you can do. You got to know that.
Give, yeah.
You have to know that, and you have to understand that. But you cannot let it change your heart. But take that and still love, but utilize the principles for your life and your greater success.
And that's why it's important to get out of your head. And that's why it's
get
important
out of your head.
to be
you
unleashed.
You have to get out of your head.
You cannot be unleashed
You can't
in your
let
head.
those no aims and those thoughts. Well, what they do for me and they ain't do me. There's people. I know when people reject a phone call, but intentionally, the one who rejected is the one I pick up because I know they're gonna call.
Yeah.
Not because of I'm so great, it's because of my gift. You
Right.
Now, evil, you don't render evil for evil. Always allow your heart to remain pure. Because evil is what brings the purity out of you. It's easy to love those who love you, but can you love those who don't love you and don't love themselves?
Exactly.
That's the key right there.
And that's it. And that's the heart matter.
That's a heart matter.
You, as we go back to a couple of segments before, you got to have somebody who has a heart like you. Have to. Because that heart has to, at some point, that heart has to be protected, not by you, but by that person.
That's why it's called Great Man, What Art Thou?
Yes.
That's why it's unleashing the woman within. You see what I'm saying? That heart, because that heart understands and sees and protects. Heart protects hearts.
Yes.
You know what I'm
saying?
Head protects heads. You got that? You got that?
Yes.
You got that?
Head protects head, yes.
And I'm just going to use you for an example. You think out of your head. So when, and this is real talk. I hope you could take it.
Come on now.
Okay.
Speak it.
You are a friend. You are there. Okay. Regardless of the vision and what we're doing, you're still a human being. You're still a woman. Because you operate out your head and you do see my heart, what you could easily tip over to is divination because you're trying to protect me out of your head and not out of your heart. You understand what I'm saying? So now it becomes control. And that's not going, that don't work for me. That ain't going to work for me. Now the warrior going to come out in me. Now I ain't going to put my guard up. I'm just going to cast all that down. You understand what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because now head to head, all we're going to end up doing, if we were head to head, we would end up clashing. Arguments come out of head to head.
Correct. Right.
Argumentative spirits, because I'm trying to get you to think like me, and you trying to get me to think like you. And you get me to try to change my mind, and I'm trying to get you to change my mind. And they never have a resolve.
Right. But it's that heart. When that one person is that bigger person and that heart comes into the matter.
Somebody's going to yield.
Somebody's going to yield.
Somebody's going to understand.
And that's that vulnerability.
That's that vulnerability.
And we as a people, historically, have not. We have been taught to be head to head and not the heart. We, as our ancestors before us, when they came over here and through the bondage and oppression, that heart was taken away.
Correct.
Or tried to be taken away.
Correct.
But one thing that's faithful is God created us, not slave masters, not men, not a system, not nothing.
And you got to get back to
you
and
got to get
and
back.
that's what the unleashing the woman
Yes,
within.
yes.
When we go into that place, when I come to Houston, when I come to
Dallas,
when I go to the places in that room with those women, we're going to unleash and we're going to get into the places of your soul that you have never even thought based upon your origin. Based upon who you were created to be. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I ain't trying to go in here and dissect you and analyze you and
clinical.
This ain't no damn counseling
Right.
session. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with the principles. I'm coming with the fact of what I know caused you to be unleashed, to show you really who you are based upon who you were created to be. Now you take that back to your home. You take that back to your marriage. So a unleashed woman will unleash the man.
That's it.
Oh,
and her children, her household, and her
Jesus,
community.
We
got one more segment, and that's all we're gonna talk about.
I just had a vision of based upon me being unleashed. Oh, I could unleash somebody right about now. Go ahead on.
Woo, baby, this is PG-13. We're coming back. We
Woo!
coming back, and I want you to just keep on that unleashing.
Yeah.
Stay in that vein. I don't care what it looks like. Stay in that vein.
Right now, because I just had
This is going to be a quick 2
I
minutes.
had it
Stay
in
in
here
that
doing
vein.
exceedingly and abundantly above all that you could
Come
ever
on
ask
now.
or think or imagine. You will be right back. D Speaks You Think.
This is Savannah D. Collins, your spiritual leader and life and relationship coach. And I'm so excited because I have an awesome show that's just for you right here on Rolling Out Live. Yes, that's it, Rolling Out Live. Every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You were going to get insight because when D speaks, you think. We're going to have real talk about life and relationships because we got real problems. We got some real issues. But guess what? When D speaks, you think you're going to come up with the real solution about your life and relationships. So I want you to join me. Don't forget, every Tuesday from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Rolling Out Live. And I have a special segment just for you. It's called Dear D. That means you can ask your questions. You can get insight about your life with specificity. So I want you to join me because it's going to be live. And follow me on Facebook at Dunamis D. And you can also hit me up or follow me on Instagram at D Speaks You Think. See you soon.
Hey everyone, it is your favorite politician, Representative Erica Thomas, and I'm excited to tell you about the Erica Thomas Show, where we break down news and politics in layman terms where everybody can understand it. We start off the show with hip hop and politics, where we might interview your favorite celebrity and we break down hip hop and let you know that it's the same thing as politics, baby. And also coming up after that, we have kids and politics, where we bring on your favorite kid stars and they tell us all about how they feel about politics. And then right after that is the hit list, where we tell you about the fails of the week. Who failed this week in the news and who do we need to know about? It's all happening at 6 o'clock every single Tuesday. I said 6 o'clock every single Tuesday. So you better tune in. You better tune in. You better not miss it. I mean, you better not miss it. The Erica Thomas Show is on live.
Well, welcome back to D Speaks You Think. I am Dunamis D, and I want you all to follow us on all social media if you have not. Dunamis is a Greek term for power. It literally means a miracle itself. There's a violence, there's a strength, there's a might, there's a work that's on the inside of you that is what has to be unleashed. Tell me it's been unleashed. I want to see your outcomes. Show me your outcomes. I'll show you where you haven't been unleashed. All right. So I want you all to follow us. Michelle, tell them all how they can follow us on social media. You are the marketing person.
You know what? On Dunamis Woman, that's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We have a page. It's beautiful. D Speaks You Think on Instagram, YOU. And D Speaks the letter You Think on Twitter. And then also Facebook is Dunamis D, of course, and Pastor D. And you can follow us at all of those. And don't forget our YouTube, Powerful Teachings. If you like what you heard today, go to our YouTube channel. It's Dunamis Woman. And that's where you're going to find a lot of teachings. And then tonight, do not miss the live on Black and Married with Kids. You know, D actually goes on different platforms and empowers women from all over the world. In addition to Mighty Christian Women, that's her own platform. So do not hesitate. And we have been talking all day about love and unleashing the woman within. And I just have one question for you. Why now? Why? What do you see in this earth that makes you say it's time for women to be unleashed?
Our children, our legacy. We are a decadent generation, and we fail to realize as women how much power we have. I'm not knocking cosmetics. I'm not knocking material things. I'm not knocking any of that. But when I do see that our validity and our conformity has been in those things, and we don't give attention to not only just who we are, but to our legacies, we have to become forward thinkers, okay? What about my future? Not while I'm here alive, but what about my children and my children's children and my children's children? I decree that when I'm gone, my life will be still speaking through my children and my children's children. I see it in our Caucasian communities. What happened to us as a powerful black people? It's not limited to black women, but I am a black woman, okay? I love my black men, all right? We are powerful. That's why now we think it's getting better. Y'all look at who we got in office, okay? Folks is not getting paid. Government or whatever. Women, we got the power to unleash spiritually. See, spiritually, I know my authority. I
Yes.
know. But it's not just about me. Don't put me on a pedestal. Let's get it together.
That's it.
Miraculous power. I don't give a crap about no damn Trump. I don't give a crap about what God is saying.
That's it.
You understand
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
And
We
it's
have
time.
miraculous power, and it's time for dunamis to be unleashed in the earth. Where is it? It is within us. That's why it is. And it's not just for you. It's for the men in your life. It's for your children. We are some powerful women. That's why now, Michelle.
That's it. That's it. This has been D Speaks You
Yes,
Think on
D Speaks
Rolling
You
Out
Think on
Live
Rolling Out
2019.
Live.
We love you,
Yes.
and we hope to
And
see you.
Black and Married with Kids tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. No.